Yesterday was a big viewing day for us because we went to go watch Aquaman 2. Then we all went back to my place to watch Rebel Moon.
You already forgot.
I already forgot. And then we watched the new episode of Monarch. So anyway, let's start with this. Let's start with Aquaman 2. Now look, just to lay some context for my own personal feelings on this, I liked the first Aquaman movie. I had a lot of fun with it. I thought it was a solid little film, not one of the best video or comic book movies of all time by any stretch, but a worthy little installment of a film, and they went with us for a certain feel of it, and I thought they did it well, and I thought it was an enjoyable film, and I had a good time. So, James Wan returning, Jason Momoa returning, I love him. Of course, P.
Wills?
Patrick Wilson come back to play it. It was with, I don't care about the reviews, because the reviews are bad. I think they're sitting at about 36% right now. Actually, let me just go double check. Yep, 36% right now. But I didn't care, because I thought, you know what? I've got some trepidation here, yes, but I'm looking forward to checking it out. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it'll be bad. And I put up an out-of-theater reaction, to which I said, this is a very dumb movie. And it is. It's a very dumb movie. But it's also kind of fun. And
sounds a lot like Black Adam.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. So, because here's the thing. They did something that I think most of us don't like it when a movie like this does, which is opt to go for something really silly, right? Okay. And many times in this movie, they opt to go for something really silly. Fine. But now, one of two things can happen. Either it's something silly that'll make you groan and roll your eyes, like the fifth jealousy joke of Stormbreaker in Thor: Love and Thunder, or Bao, the god of dumplings, right? So you can go really silly and have the results of that silly decision be an eye roll and a groan. Or the results of your silly decision can make you giggle and smile. And what I found for myself watching Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom was that more times than not all the time, but more times than not, when they went for the silly out, at least the silly out made me smile or giggle or chuckle a bit and enjoy it and think, okay, that was fun. It's like, yeah, maybe you go to Iron Chef Morimoto's restaurant and maybe one of the courses is just a ham sandwich. All right, you were hoping for better, you were hoping for more. But hey, if you bite into that ham sandwich and it actually tastes good, okay. And I think that's what Aquaman 2 is for a lot of it. It's they had the potential to do something better. And maybe we won't be thrilled with some of the decisions they made of what to give us, but at least more times than not, what they put on the plate and we at least tasted was fun. It was good. So am I running out of the theater and telling everybody, you got to go see Aquaman 2, man? No, I'm not. And everybody who gives this movie a negative review, I totally get it. I really, really do. But yeah, I myself saw, you know, and of course I get a number of the brain dead comments from morons who are like, well, why can't you just pick a side? It's either good or it's bad, Campea. It's like, okay, I get it. You're so simple-minded. It's only either thumb up or thumb down, nothing in between. Go watch something else.
Or they're mad that you didn't say it was stellar.
Well,
so
yeah,
that's their out of like,
that's right.
Oh,
people want to either hear me say this is the worst thing ever, or they want to hear me say, no, don't listen to anybody else. This movie's great.
Middle of the ground.
But the reality is, it's not great by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not a total waste either. I mean, there's things there to enjoy. Guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, Quip. Good health starts with good habits, and Quip makes forming good dental habits easy by delivering all of the oral care essentials that you need to care for your mouth. I've already told you guys about their incredible toothbrush that is now my favorite toothbrush I've ever owned, and their mints and gum are amazing. But now I want to tell you about their water flosser. It hits all the right spots with gentle or deep cleaning pressure at the touch of a button. And don't worry about recharging. The cordless rechargeable battery lasts up to 8 weeks with daily use, no bulky charger charger or dock or tangled cords. It blasts away up to 99.9% of plaque and popcorn from treated areas with precision thanks to the 360-degree rotating magnetic floss tip that snaps right into place. It's easy to control water flow that leaves you feeling squeaky clean. And the sleek and slim design, it keeps your countertops as clean as your teeth. So guys, if you go to getquip.com/Campea right now, you'll get 20% off any electric toothbrush, mint and gum dispenser, and water flosser. That's 20% off any electric toothbrush, mint and gum dispenser, water flosser at getquip.com/Campea. Spelt GETQUIP.com/Campea. Quip, the good habits company. Am I going to go out and watch Aquaman 2 again like I am going to go out and watch Wonka again? No, I'm not going to go watch Aquaman 2 again. But I don't regret that I saw it. Had kind of fun. Now, that being said, man, they do some real clunky thing. Without giving any spoilers away, there's this moment in the movie when you got Manta and Aquaman kind of squaring up. And Manta says, "Your blood will do just fine." And as soon as he said that, I leaned over to Anna and I said, "Watch, he's about to say, if you want my blood, come and get it." And sure enough, Jason Momoa, "You want my blood? Come and get it." It's like, and that's just kind of a microcosm of the whole movie. There is no surprises anywhere in this movie, right? It's like, oh yeah, Orm's gonna, this part's in the trailer, so it's not spoiling anything. Oh yeah, Orm's, he's gonna make it to the water. And then all of a sudden he's gonna burst out of the water with all of his muscles. And yet, sure enough, that's what happens. Yeah, they do that. There's a lot more of Amber Heard in this movie than I thought there was going to be.
They don't show any of her in the trailers. So.
No, they have one shot of her in the trailer.
Yeah.
One shot of her punching against a piece of glass. You would not know how much of this movie Amber Heard is in. I get a kick out of seeing Dolph Lundgren. So I was glad to see Dolph Lundgren as one of the kings back in there as well. I always like Randall Park. I think he's good. But it's like, wait a minute, where did Black Manta get all the money to have his own private army? Never mind. Don't worry about it. It's like, well, wait a minute. If this chemical does this, wouldn't this do this? Don't worry about it. I mean,
it's clown work, baby.
It's
it's clown work.
I mean, I was hoping it would be better. But I believe it absolutely could have been better. There you see they stole the robots from The Incredibles. I believe it could have been better, but not the disaster I was fearing and other people might have been fearing. I've never actually asked you yet, Ray, what you thought about it.
You never asked me anything, actually. I just tell you without you wanting to hear.
Well, no, I wanted you to be on the out-of-theater reaction.
I know,
like, no,
I did.
I'm not ready to be on the out because I don't know yet.
Because you know what? I had a good time, but a lot of my laughing sometimes was because of it was just cringe. And a lot of
there was some of that, yep.
And then a lot of my laughing was because this is such a bro movie. Like
it very much is, yes.
The Arthur Curry that Jason Momoa plays here is a lot more laid back and a lot more Jason Momoa than Arthur Curry.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
From the first one, there was some seriousness in him. This one, it's just all jokes, just having a good time in life. If you could sit through 2 hours of that, of this broness between him and Patrick Wilson. Hey, go see it. I'm not going to say pay for it. If you have A-list or something, maybe go check it out. All I know is from what I heard from that crowd, the small crowd we were with.
It was a small crowd.
The kids that were in there were having a ball. So if you want to, get your kids to like have like their eyes on the screen, like be like just the world that they created with all these cool, colorful creatures. Like there's so many on screen sometimes, like different races or different species of fish. I mean, it's great. I mean, your kids are going to have a good time.
There is a complete Star Wars ripoff scene.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, look, there's a Max Rebo band. And look, there's a Jabba the...
And some of the CGI looked rough in some parts. It was small parts where you would just notice. But you know what? It's the last DCEU movie. I maybe see it. I don't know. I had a good time. I wouldn't see it again either.
Here's some of the things that really did work. Okay, you brought up when Jason Momoa and Patrick Wilson are on screen together. It was very, very bro, yes, but it was also compelling to watch. Like I liked seeing the two of them on screen together.
Yeah, there was a struggle.
I also really liked Jason Momoa and Tamora Morrison, his dad. I loved their scenes together as well. Nicole Kidman was kind of wasted in the movie. They really wasn't much important for her to do in the film at all.
Did you feel that it was long a little bit?
Little.
But what
Yeah.
parts would you take out? That was what I was debating in my head. I felt like every part was
Yeah,
kind
I
of
can't
equal.
say without
Yeah.
spoiling. I have a couple of scenes
Oh,
in
you do?
mind they could have sliced out of the film. Yeah. But again, look, a lot of people too asked me when it came out, how is it as a conclusion to the DCEU? Well, you got to remember, like, it's not a fair question because when they made the film, they had no idea this was the last film that was going to be in the DCU, right? The DCEU, I should say. So understanding that when they were making this film, they had no idea this was the last film. I think it's unfair to look at it and try to judge it for how did it do as the final installment of the DCU. They had no idea it was going to be. I mean, I knew there was a post-credit scene. There is one post-credit scene. And I knew there was, and I was wondering, do they throw something in here that kind of puts that maybe has nothing to do with the movie, but puts a bow on the DCEU as a whole? And no, it's a fun little, a fun little post-credit scene that I liked, but it was nothing to do with putting a wrap on the DCU. It was really just a little post button for this movie, not for the cinematic universe as a whole. So there's that. So overall, I would say this. If you liked the first Aquaman movie, I think there's a decent chance you'll like this one too. If you didn't like the first Aquaman movie, I can't see a universe in which you'll like this one either. Again, for me, it was very close to the middle. I a little bit lean onto I had more enjoyment than I had eye rolling. Let's say that. My number of giggles and laughs outnumbered the number of moans and eye rolling I did. And there's a good amount of both. But if somebody say, like, bottom line, John, should I go see it? I've been thinking about seeing it. Should I go see it? I would say, yeah, go see it. Your mileage may vary. You may or may not like it. But if you've been thinking about seeing it and you wanted to see it, I would say go. I think it's worth the coin toss.
And if Jason Momoa and Patrick Wilson weren't in it, I would have a way different opinion. I think
If
I think
Aquaman wasn't in the Aquaman movie?
Yeah, no.
it'd be
I
very
mean,
different.
these guys are like just entertaining to me.
Right, yeah, I
So
agree.
I put up with the movie. I don't know if that makes it sound better. Or
You know what's funny though? Watching
Sometimes-
it, and like Jason Momoa, everybody knows I love Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa clearly wanted just to be more Jason Momoa. He just wanted to be
he
bro,
was
right?
definitely more Jason.
And then
Momoa.
it's funny in a movie like this, watching a guy like Patrick Wilson, who is an actor, try to act in this movie when everybody else is just like, woohoo, Fish Kingdom, and like
100% all the time, baby.
100% all
Every
the time.
time he spoke in the movie, in my head, I said, "This guy is going for it right now. Every scene he's in, he's going for it, no matter what he's given." Yep.
Yep. P. Willie, like
P.
movie,
Willie.
36%. P. Willie rating, 100% all the time. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.